Welcome to World Mythology 2339. I'll be your instructor, Ashley Heath, and this lecture is about getting to know your Blackboard Classroom. Many of you may be familiar with it, but I want you to know how your actual classroom is laid out and where to find things. So I do have a few classroom rules that we need to go over since we will be in a virtual classroom. Please be kind to your neighbors. Please remember that your internet decorum. Let me know if you have any problems or you start to fall behind or you feel lost. I will help you get caught up. I have no problem doing that. Never be afraid to ask a question. There are no silly questions. And always be open-minded because in mythology we have to talk about taboo subjects. And I realize that most people have set opinions on their own religion and political beliefs, but we will be addressing modern politics and religion. But not to condemn or disprove these things, just to see changing ideas about these cultures and these texts. But our goal is to see the similarities overall. We will be focusing on the text and not your individual beliefs. So we'll be looking at what the text says and not what the religion itself believes. All of these texts that we're going to encounter believe something different, just as all different cultures and all different religions from around the world. But we do have to talk about things that are not easy to talk about, like politics and religion. Things that your mother always told you shouldn't talk about in polite company. But we will get through it, and I am very open to discussions. I want you to be able to say what you are thinking, but just do it in a respectful manner. Okay, navigating your Blackboard Classroom. When you pull your Blackboard Classroom up, it should look something like this. To the left, you'll see your control panel, which will navigate throughout the course. Uh, it'll help you get to your content and your blogs and all of those different things. At the very top, you'll see, well, here's the control panel. This is at the left, and you can access your grades. You can send me emails, all of these things. But at the top of your page, next to your control panel, you will see your announcements. So if I make an announcement, it will be posted here, but it will also go to your email, and you will be notified that there is an announcement. The What's New category just tells you that people have posted blogs that you might want to check in and read. Underneath that, you'll find the academic integrity statement. Literature is kind of hard to cheat. You're writing papers. We need to know what you think. The most important thing about academic integrity in literature is to remember to cite your sources. If you are talking about a text, even if it's the text for this classroom or one of the stories in the book for this classroom, please make sure and cite it. We'll work on that a little bit more next week, but the writing guide that I gave you, that I made available in your Unit 1 content, will help you learn about citations and things that you must have in college level papers. If you have any disabilities or need special accommodations, if you can't see very well and you need large print, if you have mobility issues and might need rides or any kind of extra time that you might need in processing, please notify Disability Resource Center, and then they will notify me so I can take care of any needs that you might have. Underneath that, you'll see a few more boxes. These are links to different departments on our campus. The Academic Success Center can help with tutoring for any subject. We have a direct link, of course, to the library where you can access journals. As online students, I know that some of you may not have access to the library, but we have tons of ebooks. Journals and articles are all accessible online, and interlibrary loan can actually get books from other libraries if we don't have them, and you can get those as well. The Community Connection Center helps people connect to different organizations and things that we might have on campus. Underneath that, you'll see Study Abroad. if you're thinking about studying abroad, you should go to one of their meetings. Studying abroad is a class. It counts for credit. If you're on financial aid, you may be able to get financial aid for this. So make sure and check into that when they have their meetings coming up in the fall. And then if you're taking math and you have any kind of problems with it, the Mac Lab is wonderful. The UALR Mathematics Assistance Center, they call it the Mac Lab. There is always someone there that can help you with your math. Underneath that, you'll see academic support resources. Again, you'll see the library. The University Writing Center is an important place for online students because a lot of times you don't have anyone that can read your paper and help you out with it. Well, the Online Writing Center will accept online papers, or the University Writing Center will accept papers from online students. You just have to get them in a few days early so they have time to look at them and get them back to you. So if you need any help with your writing skills, please contact them. They're a great resource. Again, we have the Academic Success Center, which I've already gone over. Supplemental Instruction Program for Academic Success. That's another tutoring program that we have. Academic Probation Program. If you're on academic probation, for any reason, these guys can help you figure out a plan to get off academic probation and then succeed throughout the rest of your college. Of course, if you need to know anything, the Student Handbook is here. The Communication Skills Center can help you if you have any kind of communication problems. And then again, the Mac Lab. Under Student Support Services, you'll see Disability Resources again. But advising, you have to be advised every semester. So this will come in handy. You can make an appointment through the advising link. Some departments allow you to do it online, some do not. It depends on what department you're in. If you're looking for a job, Career Services is a great place to go. They usually list jobs that are easy, that work around student schedules. So that's a great place if you're unemployed or you need a little side job. Talk to Career Services. They can help you. If you need any sort of counseling, we have a counseling center. Financial aid will always be necessary to talk to, even though they are a hassle, I know. But you can go directly through financial aid here through this link and talk to them online instead of having to go to the actual office. As students, you also have access to health services, free flu shots, things like that. If you're sick and you need any kind of health services, there is an office on the main campus. You can make an appointment and see their physician's assistants there. Registration, there's a link to registration for next semester, and the Green Dot Initiative. The Green Dot Initiative is a safe space initiative to ensure classroom safe spaces for all those who are in the class. So if you have any issues in any of your classes, then you don't feel like that classroom is a safe space, or that you can't share your ideas openly without being chastised, or, you know, any kind of issues you have with sexuality, harassment, any of those things, you can talk to the Green Dot Initiative. And if you'd like to join, it's a great program. Okay, on the far right side, you'll see the featured media gallery. And every week I'll change the video out. This week it's just a little kind of teaser video of some of the stuff that we're going to be looking at. This is a film based on, this is a film made, short film made from a video production company. So we're going to be using a lot of multimodal, which multimodal means different varying platforms, like video games, graphic novels. We're going to look at a whole lot of different multimodal platforms in this class. But every week we'll have a video. Sometimes they'll be long, sometimes they'll be short. Your course units will also incorporate video games. So, video games, videos, and video lectures. Sometimes lectures on video games. So it makes it kind of fun. And the little icons below the large screen there rotate when there's more than one in there. You can scroll through them. So to find if you ever need to go back and look at another video, or you missed one and you want to watch it. Okay. Underneath that, you will see technical requirements. This gives you system requirements for your devices and your computers. Also, browser requirements that work best with Blackboard. Blackboard is a very picky program, and it's kind of a real pain. As you can tell, probably if you've had more than one semester at UALR, you've probably had problems with Blackboard already. It also gives you recommended software that works well with it. If you have any problems with Blackboard, I am not very good at fixing it. Please contact IT services because they can help you with that. I'm not going to be able to help you with that more than likely. Okay, moving on. On your control panel, the next item on your control panel to the left will be content. Every week you will have a content folder and it will look like this. It will have your assignments or what I want you to work through for the week. And then once you enter the folder, it will have those things. This week, it's reading and familiarizing yourself with the syllabus and Blackboard. I really need you to take the Getting to Know You test as soon as possible because this is how I plan the readings for the semester. So next week, in next week's unit, you will have your reading list for the entire semester, and I'm going to put up 4-week units at a time, so you can work ahead if you want to. I'm not big on due dates for journals and blogs, but please try and do them sometime within the week of the unit. You don't have to do them like the first day the unit has posted because you probably haven't read the material yet. So please read through the material before you post the blogs. On weeks to come. This week the blog is just about introducing yourself, so there's nothing really to read. But each week your blog question will change, and you will discuss the topic that the blog question asks. You need to locate and purchase the required text. The required text is The World of Myth and Mythology by David Lemming. It's available at the bookstore. It's available at all those other places that I'm not supposed to mention that you can get books cheaper for. It rents for like $15. It's a really affordable book. You can buy it for $20 brand new or like $23 brand new. It's not very expensive. I try to keep things affordable because I was recently a college student myself and books are ridiculously priced. I would like for you to read the information on writing and helpful resources that's in the folder this week. And the video lecture, Welcome to World Mythology, is this lecture. So, it's a really short week, so I'm not going to get too far off. If you have your book already, please read the introduction. It's 6 pages. And then post your introduction blog whenever you can and say hello to your classmates. Inside the folder, you will find, like I said, all of your things. The syllabus is here, Getting to Know You test, which I really would like for you guys to take. Writing and Research resource guide that I would like for you to read is right here. And there's a link you can download. You can print it out. And then the video lecture, of course, is what you're listening to right now. Under the blogs, when you go to the weekly blog section in your content, you'll see every week you'll see week 1 blog and introductions. Once you click on this, it will give you the blog question, and then you should be able to see other people's comments as well and comment. You should be able to comment on their discussions. Underneath that, I have another blog for questions and current events. During the course of the semester, we're going to be talking about things like, I don't know, Thor. And, Thor's got Marvel has a big new Thor movie coming out called Ragnarok. So this is a good place to post, movie trailers that look exciting to you or new archaeological finds that might change the way we look at an ancient civilization. Scientific articles about lost civilizations or text that have been found. Also, this is the place that you can post your questions. And if any of your classmates have the answer, feel free to answer these questions. I usually check in the morning, probably around 9 a.m. So all of the early risers that have questions can get those in. About 9:30, 10 o'clock, I sit down and I go through everything. in the morning, and then I do it again before I go to bed. So if you leave a message in the morning, I will answer it that evening. I have children, so I don't always have time in the afternoon to sit down and look, but I am always close by. Okay, the additional resources is where you'll find a lot of interesting information. Timelines and maps. This weekend I'm going to start populating this. Also, the myths that we'll be reading in the World of Myth book are partial text. They're not the full text. So I will be putting some versions of the full text into the primary text folder here in case you guys want to read the entire myth. I'll also be putting additional videos and interesting and odd things in these other two folders. So make sure and check in there. You might dig through and find something really cool that you want to write a paper about or do your project on. And we'll talk about assignments later on as they come up. You can send me messages through the course message center. You can send any of your classmates messages as well. So this is useful if you want to contact me directly, or if you would like to set up a study group with your friends. If you would like for me to set up an online group for anyone to study, please let me know and I can do that. If you have any questions, please email me. I'm happy to answer them. This weekend, just work your way through what we talked about, and next week we will get started with a reading list, and we'll get started on our mythology course. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I look forward to our semester together.